Welcome back to Mindshift Stories. Today we're exploring how millionaires really build their fortunes. We're diving into more than just yachts and mansions. It's all about the mindset, strategy, and relentless grit.
Absolutely. It's all in the attitude and the hustle, right?
Right? Exactly. You know, one of the key points is that about
Yeah,
88% of millionaires are self-made. That statistic just blows the lid off the idea that wealth is handed down. You really have to work for it.
true. Though I sometimes wonder if that oversimplifies the picture a bit. There's also the role of privilege in the mix for some people.
Yeah, I can see that, and it's a good critique. But the real takeaway here is about drive and smart strategies. Like, consider Sarah's story. At 24, she was working as a barista, and by 35, she'd built a seven-figure digital marketing agency. That transformation is all about hustling and learning continuously.
Exactly. And it's that self education and persistence that stands out. It's not a lucky break, it's a deliberate, everyday choice to grow and move forward.
Yep, it's instead of obsessing over luxury, the focus is on creating habits that drive success. And Sarah, she kept learning through free YouTube videos, late nights, and even plenty of missteps along the way.
For sure. Her story really emphasizes that the grind matters more than the glitz. It's all about showing up, even when things get tough.
Exactly. It's that kind of daily, relentless commitment that makes the
Yeah,
difference. And honestly, it reshapes how we think about success. It's less about waiting for the stars to align and more about building your own path.
I get that, but don't you think it's a bit daunting? I mean, if even one failure can set you back, how does one stay motivated?
That's a fair challenge. And the point isn't that it's a walk in the park. It's that, many of these individuals embrace failure as a learning tool. Sarah, for example, kept trying after every setback until she eventually found her breakthrough.
Right.
It's a cycle of learning, failing, and growing that builds resilience.
Definitely, it's both inspiring and a bit intimidating. But, it also shows that extraordinary success is more about persistence than sudden fortune.
Absolutely. It tells us that wealth is more a product of the mind and constant effort than luck alone. And while these stories might not capture every nuance, they do remind us that every giant leap starts with small, intentional steps.
Exactly. It's a shift from the flashy end result to focusing on every little habit and choice you make along the way.
Yes, and that's the real magic behind becoming self-made. A strategic blend of learning, grit, and yes, embracing those failures. It really
hmm
challenges us to keep building ourselves rather than chasing some illusory shortcut.
Well said. It's a powerful reminder of how mindset can truly shape extraordinary lives.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of how the wealthiest people made their billions, be it through innovation, timing, or some pretty bold risks.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I mean, we've got stories from people like Jeff Bezos who turned a humble online bookstore into a multi-billion dollar empire with Amazon.
Yeah. And then there's Elon Musk, who didn't just create electric cars, but like basically reimagined transportation and space travel with Tesla and SpaceX.
Yeah, that's wild. It's pretty amazing how these visionaries not only spotted trends, but actually created their own changing industries from the ground up.
Right, exactly. Sure. And it's essential to note that innovation ran throughout their stories. They weren't simply investing in existing ideas, they were inventing the future.
Definitely. I find it intriguing how, the tech moguls such as Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg built not just products, but entire ecosystems.
Exactly, yeah, precisely. Bill Gates, for example, turned personal computing into an everyday fixture with Microsoft and then expanded into initiatives beyond software. Like, think about his investments in global health and climate change
Right, that's a
solutions.
smart pivot. And Mark Zuckerberg created what essentially became a social revolution with Facebook, later evolving into Meta and touching on so many areas, including Instagram and WhatsApp.
Yes, indeed. But while all this sounds super inspiring, I do wonder sometimes if the risk taking they pursued was overshadowing some challenges along the
I get
way.
what you mean. Like, there's a thin line between visionary risk and, well, reckless gamble. Exactly. It's like these billionaires leveraged innovation, timing, and bold diversifications. However, not every risk pays off, right?
True. And then there are retail giants like Sam Walton, who revolutionized the way we shop by emphasizing low prices and convenience, taking a small discount store and turning it into a global empire.
Right. That's a classic example of building something huge from humble beginnings. Plus, we see how figures like Warren Buffett and Ray Dalio mastered the art of investing, finding value in overlooked opportunities and gradually building astronomical fortunes.
True, and it's all about that long term mindset and diversification. Yeah, yep. And that's the beauty of these strategies. They all underline that whether it's through tech, retail, or finance, innovation and persistent risk taking are key.
Absolutely, it really shows you that thinking outside the box can lead to monumental impacts. And when you look at it all, it's not just about making quick bucks, it's about creating lasting, transformative success.
Exactly right. So, to wrap it up, the takeaways are clear. Be innovative, take calculated risks, and think long term, because that's what set these billionaires apart.
Yeah, very inspiring stuff indeed. Thanks for joining in this deep dive into these legendary strategies. Catch you next time for more insights.